Hi, this is Chuck Martin at the AI Summit in New York. I'm happy to say I've got with me here Romi Mahajan, CEO of Exofusion. Welcome, good to see you again.
Thanks so much, Chuck. It's great to be here.
So tell me, what on earth is nuclear fusion?
Yeah, it's nuclear energy we all know about, right? The existing nuclear energy is based on a principle called fission, when you basically take a heavy atom and split it apart. Fusion is taking two light pieces and putting them together. It creates more energy, about 4 times that of fission, and it's largely clean and carbon-free.
So where does AI fit in that?
AI fits in that from a couple different perspectives. First, on the one hand, the pursuit of nuclear fusion is an age-old one. It's about 70 years old. AI is helping us do simulations and modeling so that we can accelerate the path to commercially viable fusion and actually make it real, make it go from a potential idea to a real idea. So AI is incredibly important from a simulation perspective, from a calculation, from a speed perspective for a commercially viable fusion. On the other side, AI, it has an insatiable need for energy, right? And so we need alternative forms of energy to be able to power AI without wrecking the world with carbon.
So you mentioned commercially viable. What does that mean? What does that look like?
Yeah, so on the one hand, you could say fusion is a scientific concept, right? That you build a small fusion plant and you put some energy in and you get more energy out. But that doesn't mean that it's economically viable yet. To make it economically viable, you have to do it at scale, and you have to do it such that you're getting much more energy out than you're putting in, so that you can account for all the costs, right, and so on and so forth. So just because something is scientifically viable doesn't mean it's economically viable. And we are, Exofusion and other companies, we're working on accelerating the path to commercial viability.
So what does this look like? Does it look like a quantum computer? Is it a big building? What is it?
It's actually a power plant. It's a reactor that's based on fusion as opposed to coal or fission.
So what fuels it?
So there are many different fuels. We look at what's called the DT fuel cycle, deuterium tritium fuel cycle. There are other companies that are exploring different fuel cycles, but yeah, these are, we look at the DT fusion cycle, fuel cycle as the most, with the highest potential for viability.
So you're very active in Visionaires, our AI industry leaders group. Talk about that a little bit, because you're always in the sessions and very vocal.
What I love about Visionaires is that it's truly a group of incredible thinkers who are very honest with each other. They don't succumb to either the doom and gloom or the hype, right? They find a way to talk about AI in a real world scenario, but without being PR people on the one hand, or complete naysayers. We all use AI, but we're all concerned about it as well. And so it's the meeting of those minds that makes Visionaires very special.
So how do you link your fusion in with the AI community? What's the bridge?
The bridge is that when you think about something as important as nuclear fusion, and something as expensive to get to commercial viability, anything you can do to make it quicker, make it safer, de-risk it, and simulate before you build, so that you're not wasting billions of dollars on a thing that may not work, that's where AI comes in. And so AI is an incredibly important tool. It's not the be-all, end-all, but it's a tool to accelerate the path to commercially viable fusion.
So a year from now, we're sitting here having this conversation with fusion. What will we be talking about?
Chuck, I think we're going to be talking about similar subjects. We're going to be more far along, but we're not going to be there yet. This is a decadal vision. This is not something that can be measured necessarily like a software company every 6 months or whatever. Now, even in the 2 years I've been in business in fusion, we've made a lot of progress, but we still have a long way to go, to be honest, and AI is going to help.
Well, I look forward to that conversation a year from now. This is Chuck Martin at the AI Summit, New York.
Thanks, Chuck.